Hello, this is Richard Kim from the 9 o'clock Bird News on Friday, March the 6th. First of all, there will be an interview on one of the most influential men in American history, Mr. Alexander Hamilton.
Before we start our interview, we will tell you a brief history of our interviewee.
Do you recognize this person? You may be familiar with him because he is on the $10 bill. This face that represents the $10 bill is none other than one of the founding fathers of our country, Alexander Hamilton. Alexander Hamilton was born on January 11, 1755, on the British island of Nevis in the West Indies. He was the second son of Rachel Fawcett and James Hamilton, a Scottish trader. As a child, Alexander Hamilton was intelligent for his age. From 1776, he started working for the country and government. A natural leader, he became the captain of the New York militia. In 1780, Alexander Hamilton married Elizabeth Schuyler, a daughter of a wealthy general, Philip Schuyler. They had 8 children together, and the eldest was Philip Hamilton, born in 1782. Alexander Hamilton was a New York delegate at the Constitutional Convention. In 1789, George Washington became the first president of the United States of America. One of George Washington's advisors, Alexander Hamilton, became the first Secretary of Treasury. Like any great leader, Alexander Hamilton had enemies and rivals, such as Aaron Burr and Thomas Jefferson. Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr had political disagreements against each other and were in different political parties. On July 11, 1804, Alexander Hamilton challenged his enemy, Aaron Burr, to a duel. He was wounded from this duel, and the next day he died. He was such an influential man in all history of America. Today, you can still see him as a statue in Washington, D.C. Now, reporter Chen will be interviewing Alexander Hamilton in 1790 when he was working on his financial plan.
Yes, I'm reporter Chang reporting live in Zhang's laboratory. Now we're going to meet Dr. Zhang. Hello, Dr. Zhang.
Hi.
What are we going to do today?
You're going to take my time machine and interview Alexander Hamilton.
Is this the time machine?
Yes, step right in, and I'll take you to the past.
Come in! Who are you? I'm a reporter from the future. May I have a seat?
Okay.
Then can you explain about this financial plan?
Sure. My financial plan is divided into 3 different parts. The first part of my plan is to pay all the debts the states and our dear Americans owe. The second part of my plan is to organize a charter for the National Bank. The final part of my plan is to put higher taxes on goods. I hope that this first plan will prove that the U.S. government will be the greatest assistance to our dear people.
Isn't there anybody who disagrees with you?
Let me think.
What's that noise?
What do you disagree about?
Our state's already paid all our debts. Do something for us. Yeah. We disagree. We disagree.
I'm in great agony because of the Southerners' disagreement.
What will you do about this?
Pardon?
What will you do about this?
This is a hard decision because Congress debated for 6 months about this. I am planning to support the Southerners by building its new capital city that will rise along the banks of the Potomac River, or in Virginia. In return, they will agree with my plan.
Isn't this plan too late?
Better late than never.
By his suggestion, the Southerners agreed with his plan. The first part of his plan at last became a great success.
What are you going to do about the second part of our plan?
I'll create a private land bank for the United States, which will provide a safe place for the government to keep their funds.
Is there any opposition to the opening of the National Bank?
Yes, some people in Canada think it unconstitutional to have a bank for the country.
Can you name anyone?
Oh yeah, there was a time Thomas Jefferson disagreed with my plan.
Come in!
Hello, would you like a cup of tea?
Yeah, sure.
So why are you here, Jefferson?
What's about your financial plan?
I disagree with it.
Why do you disagree with my plan?
Well, me and the Democratic Republicans believe that a national bank would give too much power to the federal government.
I believe that it's better to take the risk to make my country more financially stable.
Well, there's that, and there's also the taxes. It's ridiculous, and I'm pretty sure that people will find it outrageous.
I might have listened to you now, but I'm still going through with my plan.
Well, let's just see who wins.
I'm pretty sure that he thinks my second part of the plan is unconstitutional for the interpretation of the Constitution. Since he believes in the strict interpretation of the Constitution, he predicts that my loose interpretation of the Constitution will bring total threats.
However, it was later permitted by the Constitution and was signed by the President. Therefore, a year later, in 1791, the government started to build a national bank.
What are you going to do for your last part of your plan?
I'm planning to make citizens pay a high tariff for tax.
What is the high tariff going to be on?
It's going to be placed on imported goods such as whiskey.
Are there any opponents for your plan?
Congress from the South has shown some opposition.
Why are the Southerners constantly disagreeing with your plan?
It's because southern states such as North Carolina, Virginia, and Maryland have already paid all their taxes. That's why they can't agree with my plan.
I hope your financial plan becomes a great success.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time, sir.
Anytime.
By the active opposition of the Southerners, the last part of Alexander Hamilton's plan was not accomplished. However, Hamilton didn't give up with his plan. By his suggestion, a year later in 1791, the Congress imposed tax on all whiskey made and sold in the United States. Because of this, farmers grew furious. They rebelled by organized protest, which is known as the Whiskey Rebellion.
No tax! No tax!
But because of Washington's quick response, the rebellion was resolved. Overall, Alexander Hamilton showed victory in investment, industry, and in American economics. This is why he is one of the most influential founding fathers of American history.
Thank you, Reporter Che, and thank you all viewers for tuning on this hour of the 9 o'clock Bird News.